Hey, what's going on YouTube? I am back. This is Huncho. Today we're doing a zombie apocalypse. If I would survive, be dead, slaughtered, or DOA, which is dead or alive. If you do like this video, please like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing more of these later on. But let's get to it because I don't want to have y'all waiting. So first thing first, we're doing the zombie apocalypse. Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead, Left 4 Dead, Left 4 Dead. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you're in the city and Left 4 Dead virus pops off, you're most likely going to be dead. Like, it's not you're going to be dead. No, you're likely going to be dead. Only because at that time when they go to stage 1, stage 1 really like pops off quick, and they really aggressive and violent. The other thing is just the variations of zombies. Okay, the hunter. Let me tell you about the hunter. Let me tell you how I picture my death. So for the hunter, it's gonna either split my neck or give me permanent pink eye when it grabs me by the neck with his tongue. First of all, I don't even know where his tongue even been at and whatnot. So I'm probably gonna catch rabies or something from him, and I'm going to die. Either I'm going to choke to death as well. Okay, because I know if I get dragged, my friends are not coming to save me. They're probably gonna use me as a meat shield. So they could be free for another 10 minutes, then they're probably gonna die themselves. So the jockey, the jockey, if you don't know, Left 4 Dead jockey is the one that be jumping around on people's heads and stuff. So I was either thinking like, okay, so the jockey's probably gonna have nails, and it's on my head, and the only thing it's doing is tearing my eyes apart, or it's gonna rape face me to death. And what I mean by that is just he's not gonna get off you. The jockey is not gonna get off you. So either A, you're gonna get tore up by skin to skin, limb to limb, on your skull, or the other zombie is just gonna pull up and they all just gonna tear me to shreds. And then while he's doing that, he's probably just raping my face. So I feel like that's a pretty bad death as well. But besides the jockey, don't know which one is worse. So the big blob dude, the dude who go around throwing acid on people and whatnot, with him, if I survive his acid, okay, if I do, because the acid doesn't take too long to kick in. It really doesn't do any skin damage. It just attracts a lot of other hordes towards you and whatnot, the zombies towards you, for a couple seconds. So either you're gonna be died by that because a pack of a horde is gonna come after you, or B, I'm gonna have hepatitis B because he's dripping all this acid on me, and I don't know what he got either. He probably a meth head, probably doing heroin. That's why he's so damn big like he is. Okay, the witch. See, I feel like I can outcome the witch because the witch is only bothered if you bother it. But if I do somehow decide to bother it, I'm probably gonna die. But also just depends if I have meat shields, because I get to get behind somebody and still probably tackle him and tear him apart. But if it comes after me directly and I'm by myself, I'm probably going to die most likely, because she's gonna shred me to pieces with them claws that she have, and she have some big hands. I don't know why the witch developed big hands and big feet. I think it's really because of the nails, or how long the nails be and whatnot. So I feel like I'm gonna be slaughtered by her as well, and she's probably gonna dig my ribs and spine out to death. I'm probably gonna feel all that pain. The last one, the gorilla versus 100 man. Wait, this is not the last one. I got somebody else, but the tank. Oh, I do not picture myself fighting no tank one-on-one. First of all, he is pulling concrete. In the game, he's pulling concrete out the concrete. And what I mean by that, when he's taking a concrete out the game and throwing it at you, a concrete automatically spawn right back in. So he has unlimited concrete to throw at me. He's gonna eat a lot of bullets, shred a lot of bullets, and even if you have a flamethrower, he's gonna probably eat all that. And he's probably going to die from the flamethrower. It's going to take a minute, but he's probably going to slam me through the ground like Hulk did Loki in that Avengers movie. I picture that happening. Or he just ended up just biting my head straight off with his mouth. I feel like something like that is going to happen. And the last one is the Charger. Now with this Charger, in the game, if he's in the room by himself, just like a random room, imagine you just walking, he hears you, but you don't hear him. And imagine going right past that door and he just tackles you. Either, okay, first of all, they had plot armor. All the characters in Left 4 Dead, the characters, they had plot armor. So imagine you personally getting hit by this charge. Your body's probably gonna automatic explode. Like, and I'm being like dead ass. Your body's probably gonna automatic explode because of the power that his arm have. Or either A, once he tackles you against that wall, you still alive. Prepare to get your head split in, your whole body split in, because he's probably going to cave it in while he's slamming you to the ground. Mind you, he's going to attract other zombies because while he's hitting the ground, it's making a lot of noise, like an earthquake. So it gives your position away. And all the noise he's making, because he loves to, what the thing is, really slam you, like, I don't know if he's feeling good about it. I don't know. He think it's funny. So, but the regular zombies, they are, like I said, they're very aggressive, and they hearing is really really good. That's why I just feel like personally I can still out survive them. Kind of, you just can't make too many noise. But my thing is with the zombies is, if guns go off, unless you disturb them like that, they chilling. You know what I'm saying? They're just standing around looking cool. Cause it's not like the zombies really go around all day looking for people. They literally just sit around until they hear something. Then they go to it. That's how they're able to travel and whatnot. Because, you know, a lot of people think they're safe in the country and they start making all this noise. But these zombies really got like great hearing from miles away. So they're gonna run towards that noise. I just feel like personally, shooting your gun is gonna be okay because they don't care too much about that. It's when A, you activate an elevator, B, you activate an escalator, C, a car. Like they attracted, basically they are attracted to electronic noise. That's how I'm gonna put it. They're attracted to electronic noise, so I would try to stay away as much as I can from electronic noise, because soon as that happens, I think part of the problem is because they got high sensitivity of hearing, that they can't take like the screeching and stuff, so they try to come kill whatever's disturbing it or bothering their ears and whatnot. Let me look at something else. There was something else I was thinking about. Oh, yes. You're not going to get no sleep. In this world, you're not going to get no sleep unless somehow you just in a bunker or you just somewhere far away safe. And the reason why I say that is because, like I said, this first 2 days of the zombie apocalypse, we already be running over like crazy. And like I said, any type of noise that you make, they're coming. And it's hard to find you a good hiding spot because these zombies here, it's just so many of them. And sometimes they end up in random places. And hell, you have to think about the ones that got infected, but then they disappear off somewhere. Like, it's always those ones that get infected, but somehow they still want to go with the crew, which is so stupid because now you're putting us all in risk, and he doesn't tell us until like the outbreak, till he starts outbreaking. Then now we got to put him down because he's afraid to die. So on my tier list, I'm gonna put I'm dead, just dead. Okay, I'm not gonna say slaughter because the zombies seems like they don't get a heart off by just after you dead. They just keep killing you or whatnot, destroying your body. Once they kill you and they eat you, that's it. They just move on to the next host. Okay. So the next one is from another game. It's Dead Space. Yes, the space zombies. Technically, they're not zombies. They're neomorphs. I will get into a lot more into that because Dead Space. I think I only played Dead Space 2, so I'm doing this based off that. But Dead Space 2 is pretty good. So for what I was reading, the markers are basically if you die or any dead person is dead. That's the best way I can put it. It basically resurrects you to a neomorph, and you're just going around killing other people and whatnot. And it is not just a regular type of zombie. No, these things have long limbs. Like part of their body is always growing somewhere, so they have an advantage. Like mainly their arms, I want to say, and their arms be having like these little, like a crab basically, and they have long range. So first thing first, Regular guns probably not gonna work because their weakness is tearing off their limbs. Only gun I can see really tearing off limbs, and if you had to get close to personal, is a shotgun. But not every shotgun tear them to land. It just send a person back with high power. So we have to figure out how to make air guns, or figure out another way to kill them, because getting up close and personal is not gonna work. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, getting up close and personal with Neomorphs, you're just having a death sentence because they're gonna hit you before you hit them, and they can eat so much damage. Even using like an axe or whatnot, that would still take a minute because these zombies they're doable. They are real doable, so they can eat so many like axe hits, or you can't even do like a hammer and smash their brains in because it's the markers controlling them. So that's really not gonna affect them. So maybe a sword will help. I'm saying maybe, but like I said, while you fighting these things so close, you cannot get hit. We're gonna need an air gun. I don't know where we're gonna get this air gun at, but we are gonna need an air gun to get rid of these neomorphs. Also, we don't have plot armor. You know, Isaac was the only person to stop the whole genocide of what's going on with the neomorphs and the markers and whatnot. So these markers basically signal, I believe, a moon, as I remember. So I haven't played this game in like 10 years, but basically it signals a moon. It's called a brother moon, and basically this brother moon comes eat the whole planet once it gets enough energy to signal it. That's why it's making so many neomorphs, so it can attract it to us and whatnot. So yeah, so you also have to fight a moon that's going to be coming sooner than later, or later than soon, depending on where the moon location at. So you're gonna have to figure out how to destroy a whole moon. Meanwhile, the moon is bigger than our planet. Yeah, we're not stopping that. So the other thing is the markers also messes with people's minds. What I mean by that is put crazy thoughts in their head, and that person will actually do it. So for example, yeah, a perfect example. Let's say there's like a mass murdering going on, and somebody's killing everyone at the mall. Okay, it'd be that one boss. Let's say you have to go to work and it's going on, and he'll call you, be like, "Hey, there's somebody at the mall killing everybody, but I still need you to come in." Like, okay, like no, I'm not coming in. Like, but then they be like, "No, you have to come in, or you're fired." You know, basically that's what the markers do. It messes up your brain to make you do irrational decisions or whatnot. So you kind of have to keep an eye on the people that you're with, because as soon as the market takes control of that person's mind, that person will be obligated to do whatever the market says, I believe. And sometimes a betrayal can come, like, and you won't even see it coming. It's just the market takes time. Once the market get in your brain, it doesn't automatically override your brain. It does take a little minute, so they start making more crazy decisions, and you really have to decide on putting them down or not. So the other thing is, if we was on this spaceship, for prime example, we're gonna be dead. Okay, because Isaac have so much luck and so much power. First of all, the bosses is going. Hell, I probably won't even get to the bosses. By the time, like, when everything starts popping off, and I don't have one air gun, I'm going to die. And that is all to it. I'm going to die. And plus, I'm not signing up for no job anyway to go to space to go look at this other thing to go save my ex and whatnot. That's not happening because you left me, so fuck you. So yeah, so Dead Space, we're probably gonna be dead. Come on, that makes common sense. So with Dying Light, when I mean Betrayal, this game here, I played both Dying Lights, and this game here have the worst Betrayal, because you will be bonding with this specific person, then you'll be like, damn, something going on, because you're so nice to me when everybody else not, you know, this, and they be knowing who you are. Yeah, I know who you are, you know, I know why you're here. How the fuck you know that when I just got here? So I think betrayal is really bad in this game, because both games, they had somebody betraying them or whatnot. And it's pretty messed up because I bonded with those persons, and it did me wrong, because I hate bonding with characters in real life on a game, and they just do what they did. But during the daytime, okay, so for Dying Light, during the daytime, the zombies are more chill. Even the big zombies, they just be chilling, man. They just be sitting around, looking cool, enjoying the sun, getting their tan on and whatnot. It's just nighttime what you really have to worry about. The nighttime zombies do not fuck around. Imagine I Am Legend. Have you ever seen that movie I Am Legend? That's basically what they are at night. Durability, strength. Um, I don't know if these nighttime zombies can sniff you out or not, but hopefully they can't. But they real doable as well. Like even if you use a shotgun, they can eat that because they have some type of armor. It looks like, and it's hard to break that armor. Uh, Basically, you do not want another close range match with these people. I'm gonna say people because I forgot their names, and they got super speed. Oh, mind you, they could parkour as well. Like we're parkours in the game, but somehow these zombies at night, like damn, I see that dude over there doing backflips and shit off of rails and climbing up and shit. So we could do that too. And out of nowhere, they would start doing that with you. So they can also climb. Only way for you to not die is you have a UV light. They're scared of a UV light, which burns their skin basically. So I feel like if we were try to cleanse the world, type shit, if we try to cleanse the world of these zombies, it's gonna be really difficult because somehow you're gonna have to build a bunch of UV lights, and you're actually gonna have to go scout buildings out. A lot of people is not gonna sign up for that because once you interrupt a pack sleep or a pack sees you, like they literally won't stop chasing you, and they will keep calling others to come back them up to come kill you. So I feel like that would be a tough, difficult challenge. Um, Also, weapons. Weapons is going to be real tight, especially heavy power weapons like ARs and stuff. Because everybody is either selling them or keeping them for themselves. And what I mean by selling them, a lot of people get like a lot of money to get good food and stuff because food is very scarce. Everything is very scarce in this world. So you're gonna have to, majority of the time, you're gonna have to have a melee weapon unless you just know somebody that have the guns. Only time they really give out guns is the police, especially on Dying Light 2, where all of them had ARs and stuff because one particular group had them, and it became the police. So weapons are gonna be scars, food is gonna be scars. You also got to be very careful because for some reason every time they ship you out to a place, the sun is really, really hot, extremely hot, and it's always out. So I feel like that's gonna play a big part. So if it was me, I think I would survive this because I would know not to go outside at night. I would know how to play it safe, basically. I would play it safe because in Dying Light, it's all about letting the zombies die on their own, and you just stay away from people that's gonna betray you. Keep a tight little group and whatnot. I feel like personally, I can solo this. Now, Dead Space 2, I probably gonna need a group. I know for a fact Left 4 Dead 2 I'm gonna need a group. But down like I feel like if I'm more on my own and I have like a place set up where nobody can find me, I know where to get food at, how to get around the zombies and stuff, I think I'll be pretty okay. So for Down Lake, I think I'm going to survive. Now this next one was a fan favorite for like a lot of people back when we was growing up. I'm 28, so if you was around this time, then you know what I'm talking about. It's Dead Island 1. Yes, Dead Island 1. I'm automatically gonna say I'm gonna survive this one too. So me, I really don't drink too much and whatever, and so when everybody first day in party and stuff, I already know it's gonna be like it's gonna be a lot of drunk people. And when drunk people get drunk, some like to fight, some like to shoot, some like to just do something crazy. So me, I'm not a going out person like that anyway. So I'll probably just be in the room or whatever. And so I probably won't know stuff going on to the next day. The good thing is that electricity still works. So you would still be able to call people or whatnot. Well, to the states, let them know what's going on. But I feel like while this is going on or whatnot, a zombie pops is going on in the states as well. So we're gonna have to fend for ourselves. I feel like personally, if places like those, if something does go down where the planes and stuff stop working, they have boats. So I would try to prepare. Mind you, it's gonna be very very far, and I'm hoping they have a power boat. If they have a power boat, and I'm able to get like, ooh, I'm rethinking because even if I have a bunch of gas, I'm gonna have a limited supply of food and stuff. Yeah, but Loki is gonna have to use a boat to get out. Maybe a yacht ship. If they came on a yacht ship, if somebody know how to drive it, um, we're going one day to clear it out, make sure ain't no zombies in there. Then we can try to get there and go. Or if there's a helicopter that still works and people still there's still people that know how to fly it, that we can use that. There's a method to get off the ship. You just have to sit there. I said ship off the island. You just have to find it. And I feel like most likely you're gonna be easier finding a boat than anything else because a boat is not that hard to drive, nor not that hard to learn. So I feel like if we able to find a boat, a good decent sized boat, and load it up with gas, I think that I would survive. Even if I was trapped, I think I would be okay. Because those zombies there, only time you really have to worry about a zombie is the ones that be kind of running fast. The crackhead zombies. I used to call them crackhead zombies. The ones that like zoomies. The ones that just be running fast for no reason, but you barely see those. And then like the mini boss zombies, like the big fat one that just explodes. And that's another one I'm trying to think of, but I can't right now. They really don't be walking around like that. These zombies really don't have a high sensitivity of hearing either, and they really don't have good sight either. Because sometimes you just sit there and they just look at you until you turn like on a flashlight on them, then they ready to attack. So that's the other good news is that these zombies here, they really not gonna pay you no mind. It's just all about how you be quiet, how you go around the island to not bother them and whatnot. And even if they do try to chase you, they run so slow. Except for the crackheads, they run so slow that it's like, bro, you can literally get away. Like with me, I'm out of shape personally, so but I know I can still get away from the zombies. It's not that hard. And also, a map. We were gonna have to find a map. Yes, if we can, there have to be a map on the thing somewhere that basically tells you where everything at, especially in case of emergencies. So there have to be a map somewhere. My other thing is we just have to worry about is a very limited supply of food and water, only because it's an island, and since if there's a zombie apocalypse going on in the States while it's going on here, you're basically probably gonna be screwed because nobody's not gonna come get you. Hell, you have to even pray that a helicopter flies by and see you, hopefully, or something, or a boat, So if I would definitely try to snatch up all the food and water I can get. You have to get what you can get. To be honest, so I would definitely try to get whatever, but the main objective is to make sure we have water. Definitely, I could find some running shoes there, so I'm not really worried about that. I could find different clothes to wear, like especially to change the seasons. But I believe in that area, it probably doesn't get cold too much. But it's just all about keeping your head low. Also, people. I didn't like some of these characters. I didn't like some of the characters on the game, personally. I feel like some of them were just, of course, they're out for themselves or they're willing to sacrifice you quick. But the people will have to understand there's only but so many of us, so we need to move. We just need to move, work together, help each other, because betrayal is going to be a big must, especially if, let's say, let's say like a doctor, right? If this doctor is like, oh, well, I'm gonna betray him because he's weird after he got bit. Mind you, in the game, some of these people are retarded, so they will automatically believe like, damn, the doctor said he got bit, but just because he's a doctor, they're going to believe it automatically. They're not even gonna search his pockets or nothing. I'm not. I said search his pocket. They're not even gonna search just to make sure he's really not bit. They're just gonna go off what the doctor says. So they're gonna automatically just shoot him. Then they're gonna check his body right after, which is so stupid. Or you're gonna have like a guy who knows how to fly a helicopter, or he knows how to drive the boat, and he doesn't like this one person. So I'm not driving a boat or helicopter because this person coming. So if he's not coming, then we're good. They're like, what? Like, why? And then they be having like the stupidest explanation of why they don't like that person. I feel like that was they're out of one of them games where you just play for fun, level up, play with your friends. That's it. But you would notice a lot of dumb stuff in that game. But Dead Island 1 was definitely a classic when it came out. And if I was to go back and replay all over again, I would love to. So I'd say for this one, it's survivable. Only because of the circumstances. Whew. Okay. So this next one is Resident Evil. Resident Evil. Okay. I'm gonna say I'm gonna be dead. I'm gonna be dead. I'm not Leon. I'm not Chris. I'm not Ada Wong. So if you're not mainly those three people, or Rose. If you're not those four people, usually just go ahead and wrap it up sooner or later. Because first things first, if we're starting from Raccoon City, and if you want to be honest, nobody's not supposed to live that. Because first of all, that outbreak of course happens out of nowhere, but these people really was not ready for it and whatnot. Mind you, you're gonna have a guy. Let's say if I was the main character in Resident Evil 3, we're gonna do it based off Resident Evil 3. Okay, just to make it easier. So basically, if there's a robot named Nemesis, half robot, half human, I'm probably gonna be fucked because imagine me starting up from my apartment, I'm just chilling, and that thing notice some big dude just bust in. Mind you, the disasters are already starting outside, so I'm just gonna be sitting there like, bro, who the hell is you? But then when I try to put that, knowing me, my gun is not gonna be in the same room as me. Probably gonna be somewhere random. And I'm probably gonna be like sitting there playing the game. Hey, the only thing I'm gonna be hearing is big steps. I'm not probably gonna hit the door open or anything. He's probably gonna knock my head off. Like literally, he's gonna use it as a baseball, and he's the bat. He's just blam, knock my head straight off. But if we have Nemesis chasing us all game or whatnot, it's gonna get tiring. Mind you, the zombies here at the time, the zombies are kind of doable. The regular zombies. And you, like I said, you can do an up match battle with them, but it just you might not want to. No, because you're gonna have Nemesis after you, and he could just pop up any time. And you also have to think about the limited ammo that's going around. Everybody's taking guns. Everybody's stealing guns. Everybody's stealing ammo. Mind you, when some of these people die, you're not gonna know where some of these people die at. So the ammo and guns is gonna be real limited and whatnot. Mind you, the military. You're gonna have to worry about the military because the military is not friendly and they are really trigger happy. So sometimes, even if you're not infected, you tell them you're not affected, they probably still gonna shoot you anyway, just because they so terrified and they want to make it back home to their family and whatnot. But you're supposed to be taking in people, so imagine these people is trying to help, but then you're killing them. Make it make sense. The other thing is that with the zombie virus, this zombie virus was spreading like quickly. So it was so bad that really majority by the end of the first day, probably like 95% of the Raccoon City people is already infected, and you have to also fight those, which is aggravating. The mini bosses. Now I'm going back to the all game. The mini bosses is gonna tear me to shreds. Let me tell you why. I'm not Leon. I'm not gonna imagine a chainsaw dude coming after you in some wooden cabin thing. And this has always been funny to me. and I'm gonna run and do a backflip where he's cutting inside at 2 inches from the chainsaw, just cause. And then I'm in the same spot. I'm not Chris. I'm not gonna be able to punch no rock down in no volcano. I'm not gonna be able to do that. No, not the size I am. Okay. I'm not. What's the other girl I'm trying to think of? I'm not Ada. I just don't pop up randomly. Like I'm just. Oh, I'm here for this. I'm here for that. I'm here to sell this. You know. And even when she's about to die, when that girl was about to die a couple times in that game, she was supposed to be dead. She was supposed to have been dead. She was supposed to have been dead when her and Chris met, and the girl that the dad was coming after. I think that was Resident Evil 3 as well. Yeah, Resident Evil 3 when he was coming after her and she got shot. Yeah, she was supposed to die there technically, but somehow Chris can save not Chris, Leon can save everybody himself and whatnot. Sorry, but you also have to think about it. If you was part of the military, they would send you out to go against these people, against these viruses, knowing that you. They were just sending you off to your deaths because they know you're just human. And y'all giving me this little pistol. Y'all gave me a pistol to go try to kill this dude. Mind you, he's always somebody holding a new virus. And it's always when you're about to catch him. Mind you, before you even catch him, you already been through so much. Because let's say like a village, right? A village got all these zombies. You gotta kill the zombies. You gotta kill the people that's protecting him. Mind you, they might have a virus or they're infected, so they transform too. And when they go into that cocoon, see, a lot of people stupid. Me, when you go into that cocoon, you leave yourself open, and I'm about to light that motherfucker up. So you ain't no transforming on me. Or somehow you just invulnerable when you hit the cocoon. So you have to look at that as well. Like, we don't have any type of plot armor, so if we go the same route as everybody else did in their Resident Evil journeys, I'll be dead within the first chapter of each game. Okay, because mind you, let's say like Resident Evil 7, when Jake, I believe that was his name, the dad and the family, he kills you first. We're not coming back alive. I forgot the dude's name that played the main character in there, but we're not coming back alive. No, not. And he punches the shit out of him. Like, he hit me like that. I know not to wake back up. I didn't know not to. And then even, let's say if he didn't die at that time, when you find your girlfriend, she turns evil. She put a knife inside your hand against the wall. You know how much pain that is? Ethan, his name's Ethan. You know how much pain that was for Ethan? But Ethan's already dead. But we're not going to have the opportunity because we're not going to make it past Jack. Because Jack going to beat us down. Like, talking about welcome to the family. And then he knocks your head loose. So, mind you, the mom and the son, and we end up getting that far. The mom turned into a big ass mosquito. So, she's probably going to eat me alive because my aim is bad and whatnot. And, before you even get there, they're going to throw you down in the basement. And the basement got the weird critters down there, the black gooey things. Yeah, if I don't have a gun, I am going to die. Okay, because that little ass pocket knife is not gonna stop what they're gonna do. They're going to eat me alive, or they're gonna put whatever that was like dripping all of them. They're gonna destroy me. Resident Evil 8. I'm not even getting past where they shoot up the house because my stupid ass is probably going to move indirectly into the bullet and I'm gonna get shot in my head. Even if we get to the village, I'm sorry. If they got my child, I'm sorry. Because you want me to pull up. Sorry. You want me to pull up and fight how many people? By myself? And they all got different powers? Like, are you serious? Like, come on. I'm going to have to fight a vampire. I automatically know. I'm not making that out of there. I mean, and Miranda? No, that ain't Miranda. Whoever the vampire girl is, she is kind of bad, though. But, and you see what they like to do to their host. Especially the men. The men, they would have them hostage and drink until they dead and drink all their blood. and then the women they tell them to like these little bat things and throw them down the basement. So even if you go down to the basement with these witches, mind you, the three sisters are along around the mansion. The vampire lady, she's walking around the mansion because they can't go outside because it's cold. We're not going to know that at that time. The three vampire sisters lurking around. I'm not leaving that mansion alive. So before they take me, bam, one to the head. That's just not gonna happen. And do not get me started with Resident Evil 2, because as soon as I get inside that mansion, first of all, I already see how many zombies I had to kill in there. I already know what else I had to do. You have to get different keys and stuff to unlock different parts of the police department. You also have to unlock different codes to find different guns, and then of course, Mr. Nemesis. I don't know his Mr. X. Mr. X gonna show up randomly, and yeah, he's just gonna follow you throughout the whole mansion. And there's no escaping from Mr. X and Nemesis. They have a tracker in you. Little, not tracking you, but they have a tracker, so they know where you at 24/7. Mind you, Mr. X and Nemesis, they are very intelligent, so they're gonna plan around you. Remind you, they're still human. They're just being controlled by the people, by Wesker's people. So, oh yeah, mind you, and do not let Mr. X run up on you. Bullets don't work. Let's be honest here. In the game, that was a bunch of bullshit because the bullet was literally coming off like it was like the body was iron or something. So I don't buy that they get stunned by bullets. I feel like because they have plot armor. Because if I'm shooting him with bullets, and then mind you, once you start shooting him, he starts to get faster. He starts to run faster. So he's gonna even be more try to kill me, more aggressive, you know. And do not let that man grab you. You let that man grab you, he's probably gonna matter of fact, he's gonna be like Juvigan in Hunter x Hunter when he slapped that man's neck and he leaned to the side. It's gonna be like that. So yeah, no. So if I had to say Resident Evil, I'm probably get slaughtered. You know, I'm gonna say slaughtered. The last game that I wanted to do was The Last of Us. Yes, The Last of Us. I'm gonna do Dead or Alive, and the reason why I said Dead or Alive is because it depends if you eat cereal, anything but flour or sugar. It's gonna depend. That's just gonna depend if you ate that morning. Mind you, the breakage is already starting. It's just starting off small. Like when we were seeing that Indian woman in the show, when we were seeing her side of the story, it's just telling people to bomb it. Those people still listen and bomb the whole city down. And I feel her because those people, mind you, you have to also count the people that actually working at these factories. They're already there and they're probably getting affected and whatnot. They're probably not feeling good, so they want to go home. And so now they go home, the breakouts really start because now they starting to kill everybody. Starting to change. Well, the concept is taking over basically. And so, other thing is we're gonna also need a mask. I'll say if I have a mask, I'll definitely be straight because you know the virus also open in the air. There was airborne, and then you do not want to fight. Of course, you especially. I remember I told y'all last time not to fight the other zombies up close. You do not want to fight these because even a scratch can get you affected. Of course, the bites. My thing is with these zombies is that they're really high. They really sensitive in hearing. So I was wondering if anybody ever tested like high frequencies, because I noticed with some of the zombies, if it's too much noise going on, they get thrown off. It's like it starts to hurt them. So I wonder if anybody try high frequency. They're really doable after they become affected. Stage 1, they're really not, shoot them in the head, call it a wrap. But once the quadriceps cells been in their head for so long, it's gonna start outgrowing their body. And when it starts outgrowing their body and whatnot, it starts to create armor. And so you already know what happens. Only place that's really open is their mouth. Other than that, it's gonna be really hard to shoot their mouth depending on how good is your aim. So you're gonna have to try to break the armor. Oh, also they got like a little spot in their neck that's not all the way covered as well. So you're gonna have to be careful of even interacting with these people. I mean, I said people with the infected, and also the fungus can also communicate, especially if there's a hive. If there's a hive, they're able to communicate with each other when there's people in the area or whatnot. So you also really have to play that into account as well. You also have to look at the time where you at. My thing about a zombie apocalypse is a zombie apocalypse are worse in the first 2 days because a lot of people's getting affected and there's a lot of stuff going on and commotion. So it's really easy for you to get killed, especially if you're not paying attention to what you're doing and what you're looking at. Um, so really, after those 2 days, I feel like I would be straight. Of course, the first plan for everybody normally in a zombie apocalypse is that they go to the countrysides because countrysides is more open. You have more land. You can even set traps. You even have areas where you can set traps. Um, Also, that's where deers and stuff at is for food because at this point, if we end up finding out that food, flour, and sugar was the reason why it broke out, then you have to go straight to meat. Mind you, some animals can get infected with this virus, so you have to watch out for certain animals. Like, it was one scene where they did the monkey, where a monkey got affected. I forgot if it was in the game or the show, but they ended up affecting a monkey with the quadriceps. But with the monkey, it doesn't show the signs of it, changing or whatever. It'll wait. So I feel like the quadriceps have basically, if it's getting animal, it's more easier to control them because the animal at that point will probably just give up on life because it's fucked. But us, we'll believe that we have a fighting chance that we'll get out from the quadriceps controlling us, but it's just not gonna happen. You can kind of sense certain zombies are still there. There was this one scene in the game where you can hear the girl sound like she's crying because the quadriceps was making her eat a body. So, mind you, once you get affected by quadriceps, you're still there. Technically, you're just being controlled so fucking bad. It's like your mind is still, you can still think, and you're like, damn, I can't really do shit. I'm fucked. And you're gonna be doing shit that you don't want to do, and it's really gonna like mess you up mentally because it's like, what am I doing? Like, what's controlling me and whatnot? And then it's gonna be forcing you to go A through Z, and once it end up growing up on you, man, I can really fear that like people really start losing it when they start losing their eyesight because the quadriceps is taking over their body. And it's going to probably keep them alive for a hot minute because they're going to be eating dead flesh sometimes. So that was going to keep them up. It's just going through all that time of you being alive and for you to not be able to move your own body, control your own like movement and stuff. That was really like going to screw you. But yeah, so for this, I will move to the countryside. Sooner or later, the zombies will come. But by then, we should already have like a fort or anything like that good to go. Just to make sure zombies don't, able to boss through if we have like a little fort going on. Like if we be able to defend ourselves and then we'd be able to have like different plans to defend or whatnot until we get overran or something. That's the other good thing about this show. The zombies, they really don't swarm like that. Okay, they really don't, and I always take that as a good thing because you can always handle one or two zombies. Now, two zombies might be a little difficult task, but without you like getting bit, it's a high risk that you're probably gonna get bit or scratched. Then with two zombies at the same time, but at least you have a better chance of fighting 10 or more. I'd rather fight 2 than 10. I feel like you have a bigger chance than that. Other thing is, the countryside is way better because less people would be there. A lot of people is going to try to go to different parts of the country or / woods. A lot of people are going to end up more in the woods than the country. You know, a lot of people are gonna end up in the country before the woods because they know their whereabouts. But if you have somebody that just moved there or just don't go out and then don't know the back ways, they're gonna end up in the woods before the country. You don't want to be in the woods at night because of bears, and it also depends where you at. Like, them bears will kill you, or the wolves, anything that's whatever you're close to. So, also the bosses, like the clickers are gonna be very tough to try to kind of kill because of the head armor that they have. So most likely, a lot of people do die by clickers if they get to that stage. Bloaters, worst ones to do. You definitely do not want to fight those head on. If anything, you might want to run. And the reason why I say you might want to run is because their armor cover their whole body, and it's so deep in them that you just probably won't be able to kill them unless you either sacrifice yourself or you're gonna be like beast to death. Their weakness is fire, but even still, in the fire takes time to seek through the armor to get to the skin. I'm trying to think of something that the boomer, just shoot it, it'll blow up next. Oh, but you do have to be careful though because it does drop spores. Those are the ones that be dropping the airborne spores. And the Rat King, I think it's less likely for me to run into a Rat King. I would say maybe. And maybe if I decided to go through a subway station, like walk through where the train goes, or somewhere underground, and a lot of people got affected in one spot. Because only time the Rat King becomes Rat King is when so many people be in the same area, and it's like extremely hot, I believe. No, not hot. What's the other one I'm looking for? Like the rainforest. Whatever the rainforest is, that what happens in one area, and they just end up merging and stuff. It's like it's running to that, but it's like you really kind of don't want that to happen because let's say the college itself gets smarter, maybe after a couple years after the virus or whatnot, and it decided like, oh, okay, shit, well, I'm about to just form different big bodies and whatnot and go about that. But the most dangerous thing about the zombie virus will be the system that they have. As you see, like episode 2, when the guy found like the fungus inside the thing, and you see soon as it found it, it called the horde to come while they were chasing Abby. That's basically what it does. It will literally call a whole horde, and you have to really prepare because each summons a lot. Like everybody in that system, imagine everybody that died in let's say died in Texas, Houston, Texas, it will literally call back half. I want to say about little to half of that people of the zombies affected. They come where you are to try to affect you. So and then you won't even have but so long before you have to get out of there because I believe they came like 5 minutes when they're on the show. So and mind you, these zombies are kind of smart when they want to be, I guess, because sometimes you'll see them like climbing on each other. If they can't get to like a spot, they start climbing on top of each other to get to where they need to get at. And that's it. They're really violent and aggressive. That's the one thing about these zombies. They're really, really aggressive. Like they're not gonna stop. Like, they don't care. They also have to deal with the people, of course. As always, you're gonna have to deal with people that's gonna betray you or something bad's gonna happen. Something always bad happens. That's the big thing, and you have to always keep your eye on your people, even if unless they're like your friends or family. Okay, cool. But if it's like random people you just met and y'all try to team up, definitely keep your eyes out because sometimes they just either want your stuff or they just want to kill you or eat you. It just depends on what goes on in that situation. So, other than that, this is Huncho. I'm done with this zombie apocalypse. If The Last of Us, I'll be dead or alive. Other than that, y'all have a good night. Make sure you subscribe and like. Peace.